If you're in the promotion process or you're looking to get promoted in the police service, if you are looking to get hold of a set of these or a set of these, or a set that's got even more things on them than the sergeant and inspector sliders, then this video is for you, because in this video, it's the fifth in a series of 5. I'm going to talk to you about the 5 different ways of leveling up. This is the 5th one. When I talk about leveling up, what I mean is making sure that your answers at your promotion board stand out. You're the one that they're thinking of at the end of the day as the one that needs promoting straight away. How do we get there? We get there through making sure we level up. Where do we come up with these 5 levelers? We came up with them through one of our webinars, one of our Promotion Board Promotion Academy webinars. This is where we help support you through one-to-one coaching, small group webinars, online material. And we came up with these 5. We've got themes: fiscal responsibility, having a vision, adding value, and the 5th one, this one that we're going to cover, is about having a really good hook and talking about the result at the start of your answer. It's a little bit different, isn't it? Anyway, who am I to talk to you about this sort of thing? Why should you listen to me? My name is Brendan from Blue Light, and over the past 40 years, I've been involved in the police sector. For the past 31 years, I've been coaching and supporting people just like you to succeed in getting these chief inspector sliders, superintendent sliders. I kind of stop at superintendent, but we have members of the team who do take people up to chief superintendent. Hopefully we're going to get someone who can take people beyond chief superintendent to chief officer ranks. But that's the future. We've got amazing success rate, an amazing team. Don't just take my word for it though. Trustpilot reviews below. And for members of our academy, we have a guarantee. So if you don't pass, we'll give you a refund. That's how confident we are in our services. All right, let's dive into the 5th one. So the standard model for a rear-facing question that we utilize, we call SAL. It's a little bit like STAR, but it's a lot better. It's like an enhanced version of STAR. What it stands for is situation. So you still describe the situation. Aim, we replaced task with aim. So you're going to talk about what you aim to achieve. I know, very NDM, because then you can talk about all the options that you discounted and why you chose the option that you chose. And then we're going to talk about the action phase. In the action phase, we're not just going to talk about what we did, we're going to talk about how we did it. Then we've got the result. So we're going to make sure our result is something that is authentic. It's not just that everything you touch turns to gold. Things don't work like that in the police. You know that, I know that. So you can use the bits that didn't work to then feed into the last part of the SAL model, which is the learning phase. So once we've got that right, what we then do is we focus on having a really good hook and result at the beginning. So before we even talk about the situation, we'll deliver a hook. And then we'll deliver the result. So probably better if I can explain this through an example. So first of all, the hook. We want to grab people's attention, because most candidates are going to go into their board answers and they're going to get asked a question like, tell me about a time when you've delivered our policy around welfare and well-being, or tell me about a time when you've supported another officer who may have been struggling. You know, anything. We're just going to use well-being and welfare and retention as our theme for this one. It could be any type of question, but everyone will always start off with, in my role as at such and such a thing, a situation occurred where, and it just sounds like it's just so bland. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that formula, but everyone is starting their answers with that, except for our clients and except for you, even if you don't become one of our clients. When you talk about a hook and result, you're going to get their attention. So the hook for something around well-being, welfare and retention might be something like, you know, in this force, 33% of all officers with under 3 years service are resigning before they hit 3 years. And if you're thinking 33% is a lot, there is a force out there that's got that number. 33%, 1/3 of all of their officers are walking out of the door. The cost of this to this constabulary is, because if we go on the basis of each officer, by the time they get to 3 years service, costing the constabulary anything between £200,000 and £250,000, it's in millions. It's in millions. So when you're speaking about that type of quantitative data, then you're reminding them of the pain that they're in. You're focusing on the pain. It's like you're getting this open wound in their arm and you put your finger in it and wriggling it around metaphorically, just to remind them of this is the reason why you're awake at 4 a.m. worrying about the role that you're in as a leader. Because managing the books and getting the budget right is tough at the moment. It's really tough. It's always tough, but it's tougher at the moment than it usually is. And if you're talking about millions walking out the door, and then we go into the qualitative side of it, the reputational damage that's doing to forces, because they're going back into their communities and saying, they said it's this, they said it's that, and actually it's not. And that's why I left. And a load of other reasons why as well. So we're going to pick one thing for the hook, just one. Because remember, we're time bound here as well. We might only have 5 or 6 minutes for our answer. So we let the hook land, we let it simmer, we let it settle just for a couple of seconds. And then we're going to talk about the result. In this answer, I'm going to speak to you about how I previously had 6 officers leaving my team every year at a cost of 1.5 million. And I've now reduced that to just 1 officer leaving per year. That is a cost saving of £1.25 million. Do you think you've got their attention now? You've delivered a hook, you've delivered the result. And now you're going to talk about the situation, your aims, actions. You're going to repeat the result and then going to talk about learning, what you're going to do better to make sure that in the future, it's 0 officers leaving. I know that might be hard to achieve, but why not? Why not? So hopefully that stands out as an example. Another example of a hook and the result could be something around serious case reviews. So around collaborating with partner agencies, working alongside partner agencies. So the hook would refer to a serious case review that's happened in your force. You talk about a vulnerable person who's been seriously injured or has been killed, been murdered, and a serious case review. I guarantee you there's always one of 3 things, or all of these 3 things that get highlighted in the executive summary. A lack of collaborative working, a lack of information sharing, and a lack of professional curiosity. So you can just dive straight in and talk about how the coroner, the serious case review, was scathing of the police. And it was all over the front page of the local press and national press because of a lack of a collaborative approach, particularly with mental health services, social services, or any other services. So in this answer, I'm going to speak to you about how I managed to get social services, mental health services, whoever it might be, working effectively in a very collaborative way with my team, ensuring that every case that crossed our door, our collective door, was being properly managed, and we've reduced the risk of any serious harm coming to those individuals through a collaborative working approach. Yeah, I'm just sort of making it up as I go along here, but hopefully that's landing there as an example of how you can provide a hook and a result. The hook can either be qualitative or quantitative or both, and the result should be speaking to that hook about how you, in your answer, are going to talk to them about how you have made the force a better place, performing better. You've added value. There's some of the things I was talking about before. You've taken that fiscal responsibility and you've addressed one of the themes of performance, well-being and standards. You've weaved all of those things into your answer. This is how we level up. This is how we elevate our answers to make sure that we are better performing than everyone else. That's all you need to be, is better performing than everyone else. Make sure you hit the standard and then make sure you perform better than everyone else. That's your only job at your promotion board. Because it's competitive. We know in the Met that the previous pass mark, I think, was 24 out of 50. If you scored 24 out of 50, you got promoted to sergeant. I think it's been, or was it 26? No, it's 26 out of 50. And now it's been raised to 40. You've got to get 40 out of 50 before you can get promoted. So it's getting more competitive. You've got to make sure you're better than everyone else. Hopefully it makes sense to you. Hopefully you've enjoyed these 5 things. The links to the others should be in the description below. Check out Trustpilot reviews for what people have got to say about our services. And if the Academy sounds like something that's appealing to you, this is where we work with you. Intensive one-to-ones, small group practice webinars, like 4 years worth of recordings of webinars. Forget Amazon Prime and Netflix. That's what you're going to be watching for the next several months. Completely immerse yourself in our world. We'll immerse ourselves in your world as well. Make sure that you pass. If you don't, we'll give you all your money back. That's our guarantee. I know, crazy, but we are that good. We are that good. If you'd like to join us, then complete the form. We'll ask you questions about where you are now, where do you want to be, what you're struggling with, and then we'll see what we can do on that call to help you. If you're not a good fit, we'll tell you the reasons why and point you in the right direction. If you are a good fit, we'll explain to you what the academy involves. We don't do hard sell. We don't need to. Just because you've got a credit card in your pocket doesn't mean to say we're going to take your money. We're very selective about who we work with. We love working with our clients, and hopefully you'll be one of them in the future, and we'll catch up with you then. Until then, stay safe and keep practicing. Bye-bye for now.